It's my pleasure. It's kind of a bittersweet thing to be reading this resolution today, commending Tami Douglas-Schatz for 15 years of service with the County of San Luis Obispo. So we'll give Tami and Jamie a chance to.
I have tissues.
Yeah. Whereas Tami Douglas-Schatz has served the County of San Luis Obispo as the Human Resources Director without interruption since January 12th of 2009, encompassing 15 years of employment. And whereas Tami Douglas-Schatz began her career in human resources in 1989 with Riverside County, rising through the ranks to the position of Deputy Human Resources Director before joining the County of San Luis Obispo as the Human Resources Director. And whereas Tami Douglas-Schatz served as the Chief Labor Negotiator, successfully negotiating at least 68 memoranda of understanding, utilizing her strong strategic thinking and employee advocacy to improve access to employee benefits and competitive wages, and garnering the respect of employee associations, department heads, and employees through her professional approach to negotiations. And whereas through her leadership, Tami Douglas-Schatz has established the Human Resources Department as a first-class human resources department, showing a strong commitment to professional development, successfully mentoring dozens of HR professionals and others throughout the county. And whereas Tami Douglas-Schatz is revered and respected not only locally but throughout the state, serving on the California State Association of Counties, a CSAC, a foundation board, CSAC Institute instructor, and has served as the Secretary, Treasurer, Vice President, and past President on the County Personnel Administrators of Associated Counties Board. And whereas Tami Douglas-Schatz's unwavering dedication and tireless efforts have significantly contributed to the overall success of the county, and she will be sorely missed both professionally and personally. Now therefore be it resolved and ordered by the Board of Supervisors, County of San Luis Obispo, State of California, that Tami Douglas-Schatz be and hereby is commended for her 15 years of dedication to the county mission. Be it also resolved that Tami Douglas-Schatz is wished the best of health, happiness, and good fortune in her continued service and beyond.
Do have prepared remarks, but I just don't know if I can get through them. I can't thank you enough for this resolution and the kind words, and for my team and colleagues to all be here today. It means so much, and I'm looking around and you're friends and not just colleagues, and so I will be seeing more of you. I was thinking about what it's been like to be here for 15 years. I have seen a lot, and I was thinking, you know, oh my gosh, there are so many stories. Well, being in HR, we don't tell our stories. Maybe we tell our stories to counsel, and so I'm going to save the really good stories for my memoirs when I can not have any names that can be figured out. But I still have learned a lot being here. I've learned a lot about myself. I've learned a lot through challenging situations. Rita asked me the other day, what are your best memories? And I start rattling off all of these events. And Jamie was there, and she's like, those aren't good memories. Those are terrible things that happened. It's like, well, maybe they were challenging at the time, but looking back, it's like those are the things that made me and us more resilient. It made us realize who we are and who we aren't, and who we are as a county, what culture we want, who we want to be. And all that translated to me personally too. It made me more resilient and have a thicker skin where I needed it. So those have all been really good lessons that I've learned here. You know, I wouldn't be here if it weren't for my husband, Mike, who is here today. On Halloween night in 2008, the application application was due for SLO County HR Director, and I had been waffling and wondering if I should apply, and he finally just hands me a glass of wine and says, go apply, go hit send on that application. And had he not done that, I wouldn't have been here, so thank you, honey. I couldn't be more thrilled to pass the baton to Jamie Russell. She has been in HR with me since, I don't know the year, for 11 years, and she's ready to take the reins, and this entire team is, they step up every day. Sometimes HR people are unsung heroes sometimes, because we're here to support the fantastic operations that all the departments perform, but they're there making sure we get the right people on board, making sure those people get trained and developed, advocating for employees, advocating for department heads and managers, and every day they're doing something like saving us from an appeal or a grievance or saving us from a lawsuit, because they're really excellent at communication and resolving problems. So I love all of you guys. I just wanted to say one more thing. Employee engagement is a really important part of why we have such a great culture. And when you look at employee engagement research, one of the things that comes up every time in what dictates good engagement is if you have a close friend and colleague with whom you can confide. And I just want to say that close friend and confidant for me has been Rita Neal. So many of you have been here to support me, and Rita was actually in my interview, and we have worked together consistently for this entire time. And when I was practicing this, I was crying as I was saying it, but Rita, you are my rock star, and you are so lucky to have her, and I would not have wanted to do this without you. So finally, I thought the wisdom of Winnie the Pooh was appropriate today, and how lucky I am to have something that makes saying goodbye so hard. So until we meet again, everyone, thank you.
So I don't know why we let her talk before me, because now I'm definitely going to need the tissue. Jamie Russell, Deputy Director of Human Resources.
Jamie, actually, as about 30 minutes ago, you are the director.
I am absolutely honored to be here with your board today to recognize Tami Douglas-Schatz for her 15 years of service. I've worked with her for 11 years and 5 as her deputy. I know that I'm going to probably get emotional. It's hard to work side by side with somebody for 11 years and let them go. So, on behalf of the entire HR team, I want to express our deepest gratitude for everything you have done, not only for this county, but the employees and this incredible team back here. I see some of them are crying too, so I can't look at them. We recently surveyed HR staff about what it means to be in our department and what is our department culture. When asked to describe the culture in 3 words, this is what came up: innovative, strategic, collaborative, driven, high-performing, supportive, approachable, connection, and service-oriented. I wouldn't work in a department that didn't represent this, and neither would these great people behind me. This is not just a reflection on our work environment and the people who are working in HR, but it is a reflection of what you have spent the last 15 years of your life building. It is huge. You have been an incredible leader, visionary, and mentor. You have built a team that works so hard, day in, day out. I know there are those of you in the room who know this, and it's not always an easy job. It can be a very, very emotional job, draining job. We're not always making everybody happy, but they love coming to work and that is because of who you are as a leader. You encourage your team to push out of our comfort zones, to constantly challenge status quo, and to strive for excellence and continuous improvement. You push us to be the best possible versions of ourselves professionally and personally. Everybody who works with you knows this. Every single person who does knows this, but not everybody does. You care about the employees of this county. You care about this organization. I have been working side by side. We've had some really good days at work, and we've had some really bad days at work, but I know it is in your heart. You are a good person, and you care about every single employee here. You have made a lasting positive impact on San Luis Obispo County over the past 15 years, and your influence is going to live on, and I'm going to make sure of that, and this team is going to make sure of that. I know you're going to do great things for Riverside County, and they're so lucky to have you, and I'm going to miss you. I can't even tell you how much I'm going to miss you professionally, personally. You have changed my life for the better, and I will always be in touch with you.
Thank you, Jamie. We do have some requests to speak. We're going to go out to public comment right now, and we have Jenna Morton, followed by Rita, and then Rebecca. Is Jenna?
I'm here.
Oh, yes, Jenna, yeah.
So, hello, I'm the Chief Deputy County Counsel, and I've had the pleasure and privilege of working with Tami over the last 5 years as the labor and employment attorney for the county and the legal advisor to the HR department. Tami is a client, but also a mentor, a friend, and an inspiration to me personally. Tami's taught me that HR is integral to the fabric of an organization. It's such a fascinating and deeply human field that touches every part of an organization. And Tami has been a leader, not just of her department, but of the entire county. She's led with vision and compassion for all of the employees. She's led with integrity and had the courage to do the right thing, even when it's hard. She's led with intuition and the ability to keep the big picture in mind. She has led with calm and perspective, even in the biggest crisis. She has a knack for talent building, and she's beloved by her fantastic and loyal staff. But also she's fun and has a sense of humor, and even in the most serious moments is a true joy to work with. Tami is a first-class seasoned professional. Riverside County is lucky to have you, and I wish you the best on this next adventure. Also, I will miss you. So, thank you for everything, and I can't wait to work with your all-star former deputy director, now HR director. So, thanks.
Thank you, Jenna. Rita?
Good morning, Rita Neal, County Counsel. It is difficult to sit here and say farewell to Tami. For the last 15 years, I've had the honor of a front row seat of watching Tami do her magic. And it's truly magic, it's skill, it's professionalism. She's been my colleague, my confidant, my source of strength, and yes, a true friend. As you've heard, being Human Resource Director is not easy, and there is much that she cannot talk about and much that people do not know that happens behind the scenes. But what all of that is it does raise this organization, and it raises the employees, and it raises this board to higher levels, and she does it quietly and without recognition. Tami has great strength, courage, and finesse, and I think she must wear heavy-duty armor to weather the storms that come along, the bullets that get sent to her, and the criticisms. And she handles all of those with great poise. As the resolution is said, and as Jamie and Jenna both recognized, Tami's upped the game of your Human Resources Department. Tami and all of her team, you are unsung heroes for the work you do, and you also don't ask for recognition, but know that I do recognize you, and many of us do. Tami has always worked in the best interest of the county, this board, and our employees. Without hesitation, she has wanted the best for all of us, and she's never wavered, not a single day, even on those very difficult days has she wavered from that commitment. She has experienced her fair share of stressful times, and I am proud to say I've walked shoulder to shoulder with her in many of those, whether it was walking an employee or employees off the premises due to improper conduct, whether it was initiating a personnel investigation that wasn't going to have a good outcome and would impact many people, whether it's handling labor issues that was not going to make anyone happy, whether it was overseeing risk litigation that involved high financial and emotional stakes and caused a lot of emotion for all involved. Or whether it's just negotiating minor disputes amongst employees, departments, and others. She's managed to consistently exhibit her professionalism and good judgment and provide very sound advice. She's not afraid to be straightforward and direct, but always has a way of delivering information that's understandable, wise, and thoughtful. And most importantly, it's already been talked about through all the ups and downs of these 15 years, Tami has managed to maintain an amazing sense of humor. We have had just some belly-laughing experiences where we are crying, and that's really the best way to handle stressful situations, if you can, at the end of that, laugh and find some humor, and I appreciate that you've helped me with that, Tami. I am going to miss you greatly. I think there are very few days that we have not had at least one phone call, 2, 3, several mile walks to try and solve the pressures, fast walks. I'm going to miss your sound advice and your wisdom. I'm going to really miss laughing with you. Our friendship will continue, and I will remain forever grateful to you for what you have done for the county, for what you've done to its employees. SLO County is a better organization because of you. Thank you, my friend.
And Rebecca?
Hi, Tami, and everyone here. Rebecca Campbell, acting CAO. So I also wanted to thank you today. I wanted to share with you, when I left an organization, I was there 15 years as well, and you made it so easy to come here. You were so welcoming, and you walked me right through. It was like being in the Navy again and having someone hold my hand to the new base. So I really appreciate your warmness. I appreciate your collaboration. We faced challenges in the last 3 years. I always say you can't make it up, in HR especially. Every day it's something new. I just want to thank you for your collaboration with the administration, and I want to thank you on behalf of all the staff at the SLO County. Thank you, and good luck.
Oh, yeah.
I did not submit a speaker slip.
You can fill it out after.
I'm the rogue former HR deputy director. Megan Oliver, I'm a former employee of the county HR department, and I'm going to stick to my script so that I don't get emotional. I worked with Tami for my entire career at the county, which was 10 years, and so as it's been referenced, there's many what I called chapters that we've lived through, and to say she was a great boss would be such an understatement. I think that there can be many great bosses, but she truly was a mentor and an incredible leader, ultimately a friend. And as many have referenced, her integrity, her class, there's just so much to glean from Tami, and her humor. I also had noted her humor was just always very well timed and very well needed for those of us who get a little wound tight in the stress of things. Tami is generous with her wisdom, always helping us learn, even if it meant letting us experience pain from our mistakes. I will be forever grateful for what she imparted into my career. And I'll be eternally grateful for her support in taking a break from my career to be a full-time mom. She was nothing but supportive on that, and her gifts to this county and her legacy will continue for many years. Coming back to visit is, with our department, is like coming home, and that's due in large part to the team and culture that she has created. So thank you for all that you've done for our county, for me personally,
and ultimately our profession. You are an ultimate professional, and Riverside County is so lucky, so the county will miss you.
Thank you. Okay, Daniel? We're going to put a pile of yellow slips right up there on that to fill out.
Good morning, everybody. Madam Chair, members of the board, colleagues, members of the public. Daniel Millay, Information Technology Director, and I'm going to speak on behalf of your peers, most likely. So I think the biggest asset differentiator any organization might have is talent. Talent takes a lot of work. You have to find talent, you have to develop talent, you need to retrain talent when there is change, and also you need to keep talent. In public service, that's a very high bar, especially in areas like technology. So everything we accomplish as public service would have been impossible without having such a strong, trusted, creative partner like Tami. So her legacy can do attitude, humor, will live on through the team she developed through so many years. So as a friend, a colleague, an admirer, I want to wish you the very best. And like they're saying back home, I need a glass of wine for that. Chente Ali. So thank you.
Thank you. Right. That's all the requests to speak. I don't see anyone else coming up. We'll go ahead and open this up to the board. Supervisor Gibson.
Thank you, Madam Chair. The previous 5 speakers have used all the words that are absolutely appropriate, and oddly, I'm left struggling to express the deep emotion of this day. It was characteristic of Tami that she led with saying in her time here, she's seen a lot. That understatement is reflective of your positivity, of your ability to deal with whatever situation comes in front of you. Not long after you joined this organization, we were faced with, I guess, what could be fairly called a crisis at the highest levels of leadership in this county. And it resulted in a change that I think is important. It's also important to my time with Tami, and that is that the HR director now reports directly to the board. And that's formed, I think, a specific bond as we are among our many responsibilities here to take care of this organization, to see it grow. And you know, crisis is a word that gets thrown around, and you know, maybe it's a crisis, maybe it's not. They can be of an immediate nature of human beings acting in less than exemplary ways. They can be structural things as we look out to difficult economic times and try to figure out how we're going to continue our mission. But I guess as I listened, what I know in my heart is that once you were aware of the situation, be it a serious employee issue or a larger structural thing, that the light goes on in your eyes, and from this supervisor's perspective, I know everything's going to be all right. And you, standing shoulder to shoulder with your friend down the dais here, have done remarkable service here. And so, Tami, I celebrate your time here. I am going to miss you. I've already given the staff and supervisors of Riverside County a ration for stealing you back. But I wish you, of course, the very best in going forward. Take care.
Supervisor Teasley.
Thank you. I'm really happy that we've had so many expressions of support of all of your characteristics, all your wonderful traits, and it's just really interesting to watch all the tears come forward in the fact that how many people care deeply about you and your role as their leader, and also they know how much you care about each and every one of them and all of the employees here, and you know, just really from all of us, that have interacted with you, that we need guides and confidants too, that when we sit up here, and you've been wonderful about that and helping us learn more about how to be good leaders. And I note that my Civil Service Commissioner, Erica Baltadano, is in the audience and wanted to honor you, and she's really tough when it comes to HR things, and so that you have gained her respect and honor just says so much about you in your role as our HR director. So thank you very much, and we wish you the best.
Supervisor Pashang?
Yeah, I think listening today, you can clearly hear that attitude determines culture in a community and in an organization, and your attitude is exemplary. It's just the most awesome, I can only imagine that you've never actually had a bad day. So, and I think we've probably, we probably tested that theory a lot here in San Luis Obispo County, but I just wanted to thank you for your leadership and your ownership of HR, and you've been innovative. I do agree with most of the things that were said by the employees on their survey, but I think the one thing that comes across the most is your empathy for the people in the community, and it is our loss. It is definitely Riverside's gain.
Supervisor Paulding?
Well, Tami, gonna miss you. I knew we were in good hands when I attended the new Supervisors Institute training in Sacramento last year, and you were there teaching all, like hundreds of county supervisors about HR. Oh wow, we've got the best here in SLO County. I'm glad that you're leaving a legacy behind you, and congrats, of course, to Jamie. I'm bummed that we only got to work together for about a year and 4 months. We had a number of good laughs, so that means there were a number of stressful things we went through together, and you treated them with the utmost professionalism, and just really appreciate your service to this county and wish you the best.
And Tami, I'm certainly going to miss you. I know we all play a different role in this operation of the county that we all love and care about. And so some of you have worked with Tami on the everyday processes of running an HR department. And for me, as an elected trying to represent the constituents, I can say that your job has a lot of complexity, the HR office in general. And Tami's been, so you can imagine we're tasked with making decisions that affect all of us and all of the constituency of the county, and we are not HR experts, nor did I come to this job with any experience in HR. So working with Tami has been a godsend for me. She's, as Supervisor Pashang said, she's always upbeat and friendly, and no matter, I'd be looking at her with big eyes like, oh my gosh, now what do we do? And she'd just calmly explain our way through challenges. So I've appreciated you all these years. I hope that came across, but I just can't, I'm so grateful that I had, well, almost 12 years working with you most of my time here as an elected official, and you really, I know you've made a difference to the county. There's key folks that, have positions in the county that really could change the county culture, and I think Tami's certainly one of those people. So it's Riverside County's gain is going to be our loss. But just like Jamie said, you've set the stage and left an imprint and created a culture in your department that will go on for a long time. So thank you.
Thank you.